Continuing uncertainty over crypto regulations, Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth has said that the consultation paper on cryptos is almost ready and likely to be submitted soon. Now, with respect to the global regulations on crypto, the government says that it's another area where work is beginning with respect to what role India can play. All right, joining us right now is Ajay Bhattacharya. He's the president of the Center for Digital Economic Policy Research. Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya, for joining us. The government is talking about global crypto regulations. What form and shape do you think they can take?
I think it is first important to understand why we need a global crypto regulations. The reason is that a national crypto regulation is pretty much ineffective. Crypto is an international phenomenon in that sense. It is borderless. There are certain things about it which a nation can't control. So there is no jurisdiction of the Indian government over certain aspects of crypto. Let's say you put in, AML and KYC, which is know your customer before any transaction happens. That will happen only in the Indian exchanges. Now, if an Indian wants to buy those cryptos from some other place and indulge in terrorism or money laundering, the Indian government would not have much of a control over it. Now, this is something which is bothering all the governments in the world. So there are certain benefits of crypto, but there are significant issues with crypto which needs to be addressed in an international manner. Unless all the governments and all the central banks get together to create regulations which ensures that you are tracking the cryptos in a manner that they're not being used for terrorism, they're not being used for anti-national activities, they're not being used to undermine the security of a country and indulge in money laundering, it'll only happen when these banks get together. So that is a reason why we would need all of these entities to come together. Now, the challenge is that it is all or nothing. Even if one central bank of one of the countries opts out, then you can very well do transactions from that particular country and own cryptos and do any kinds of things. You can buy guns, drugs, whatever,
yes,
with that crypto in the market.
So all or nothing is what you're talking of. Let's talk about people who are dealing with crypto on a daily basis. There are millions of people, such people here in India as well. That's a conservative estimate. Now, isn't the biggest challenge in cryptocurrencies there is no underlying asset, backing them. So if you are investing in them, what are you essentially betting at?
As you said, you're betting on nothing, and that's a key problem. We have had tech gurus like Bill Gates and investment gurus like Warren Buffett actually coming out and saying that they would never invest in a crypto because it is backed by nothing. It adds to no value addition. It is not helping in any activity, and therefore there does not seem to be any value, any fundamental inherent value in these cryptos. Now, if you look at Bitcoin per se, which is obviously one of the most valuable cryptos, it is still backed by the dark economy. The trades that are happening in terms of guns and any transaction where they would like to hide the transaction from the government, those are happening on Bitcoin. So it is backed by some kind of an economy, just like dollar is backed by the American economy. Bitcoin is still backed by certain economy. Most of the other cryptos are backed by nothing, and that's the key problem with the cryptos.
Right. Right. All right. Ajay Bhattacharya, thanks very much for enlightening all our viewers on the challenges on the cryptocurrencies. Also, you're talking about it has to be all the stakeholders together or nothing, all the countries together or nothing, if you have to have that global sort of a regulation of cryptocurrency. Thanks very much, Ajay, for joining us with your perspective.